Okay guys, make sure you guys comment down below and let me know if you want me to keep doing these. I've been really enjoying doing them. I plan to do one for every Marvel show or movie that is upcoming and releasing. And yeah, this is going to be my review for episode 2 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And I can safely say, right, the little prediction video that I did not long ago, talking about how I think this show is going to end, I think I'm bang on the money. I think I am bang on the money. Now, this video will contain spoilers ahead, so if you have not seen the episode, do not watch this review and come back when you've watched it. I said that this show is going to end. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the title card, is going to transform into Captain America and the White Wolf. And I can safely say, I think I'm already right. Just because of that one scene alone, right? And this review is going to be kind of all over the place. I'm just going to be talking a little bit about a mixture of everything. But that one scene when Bucky's walking through and then Sam's like, you spent a little time in Wakanda and you're like basically the White Panther. And he's like, actually, it's White Wolf. I was like, yeah! I called it! I said it! And I feel like it's going to end, right? This show is going to end. You know how Iron Man 2 ended? With Rhodey and Tony both getting like medals from that Hydra senator. I feel like it's going to end in a similar way. You're going to have Rhodey giving medals to maybe Sam and Bucky, something like that. And then they're going to say, it's Captain America and the White Wolf. Oh, I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it. I love when a prediction's about to come true. But anyway, the episode at hand, I said, out of all the Marvel shows that were announced, this was the one I was looking forward to. And for the simple reason is it would be the most grounded. You know, WandaVision would ultimately be the most avant-garde and out of left field complete crazy mayhem, as it was, with no doubt a wizard sorcerer type battle at the end, as we got. Really enjoyed that. Didn't expect to see Quicksilver. It's a shame he ended up being Ralph Boner, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. But as far as this show, like, you know Loki's going to be just going around causing madness. Hawkeye's training his next protege. But what really excited me was Bucky and Sam. These are two characters that I feel have not had much service done to them in their whole time across the MCU. Bucky's had a significant story, like he's played a significant role in the events, and Sam's always had Captain America's back. But I feel like with this show, we're really getting to explore these two. What makes these two tick? What are their thoughts? What are their feelings? And I tell you what, Sam Wilson, right, and, you know, the Falcon, is quickly becoming one of my top MCU characters. I love this character. I absolutely love this character. From the minute of his introduction on your left, to jumping into the fight when he doesn't need to, you know, on your left with the portals, you know, being there for Cap, even helping him with Bucky, the little rapport they have there. This dude is 100% Captain America by the end of this show. And I honestly hope that he doesn't get the serum. I know people have asked me, do I think he should get the serum? And I say no. Here's why. I want Falcon to be himself. And part of being himself is gliding around with the wings, you know, just basically being a regular guy, you know, just a good man with a good heart. That's the power of Captain America. And being loyal, being a good man. That's why Steve chose him. That's why Steve gave him the shield. And I'm going to tie that into Bucky. Bucky's reaction to seeing the government Captain America, how much must that have broke his heart? To see his best friend's shield get donned by another man that Steve did not give his blessing to. That must have stung and struck a chord. And then that cues Bucky's call to arms. And I love... I love what they're doing with Bucky. I think it's so great. Just how they're tying in his Hydra history. And they're showing how that it really affects him. And his line to Sam, when they're in the therapy session with the therapist, he says, because if he was wrong about you, he was wrong about me. And what he means by that is Steve always believed that Bucky, you know, there's always good in Buck. He was just brainwashed. Maybe he can find a way back. Maybe he's going to be okay. You know, everything's going to be all right. And I've no doubt they had this conversation before Steve went back in time. You know, because it pays off in the scene before Steve goes away saying, it's going to be okay, Buck. You know, it's like they probably had this conversation. And to Bucky, he's sort of taking it as, well, if he's wrong about you, then he's wrong about me. What does that say about me? If he was wrong to give you the shield, then does that mean I can ever change? I can ever be reformed? You know, it's all these questions that start to get asked, and it's one of the reasons why I was looking so forward to this show, because despite how good the camaraderie is and the banter is between Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie, it's not really Falcon and Bucky, it's those two. The chemistry between them, fantastic. Ever since Civil War, it's like, can you move your seat up? No. Couldn't have done that earlier? I hate you. Like, it's perfect. They play off each other so well. It's that these two characters are more grounded. They're the more grounded characters within the MCU. And I know, like, I'm a big sucker for CGI action fests and all that kind of stuff. But one thing I really love is when you have grounded characters, it forces you to really come up with... And I'm not trying to knock characters that are powerful. It's just I feel like with them, you can cover it with action scenes sometimes. With characters like Falcon and Bucky, yes, you can give them cool action scenes, but you have more chances to make them grounded, more chances to make them relatable to the average person. And for me, I saw a comment on another video about this, and it's a great comment. Falcon is literally what Spider-Man is, in a sense, you know, or what Spider-Man was in the comics most of the time. A guy who's trying to make ends meet, you know, being a hero doesn't pay the bills, as he discovered in episode, you know, as we discovered in episode 1, where he's been gone for 5 years, and the bank's like, no, we can't give you a loan. Like, he put his life on the line to save the universe, but no, he can't get a loan and all that kind of stuff. So being an Avenger, being a hero, doesn't pay the bills. And then Bucky, you know, dealing with all of his trauma, his past. And then we go to Isaiah, the first black super soldier. And what's great about this is it's very real. It feels authentic. It feels like something I could believe, especially with Hydra's checkered history, that they would do such a thing like this. And then, you know, Captain America or S.H.I.E.L.D. or whoever, and then Captain America gets, you know, labelled in the spotlight, and Isaiah just gets left to the wayside. You know, he just gets discarded like trash. You know, thrown in prison for 30 years. For what? And I have no doubt that that was Eli. Comment down below if it wasn't, but I'm pretty sure it was Eli. Young Avengers is 100% being set up. Speed, Wiccan, Kate Bishop, Iron Lad from the end of Endgame, you know, the Iron Man 3 kid. Eli is the Patriot. Like, that's 100% being set up, and I have no doubt in my mind Thunderbolts is as well. Young Avengers and Thunderbolts are definitely two directions they're going now. Thunderbolts because you have Zemo, you have US Agent, you have the Flag Smashers. I think the main girl will probably survive and she'll be part of that group. You have Thunderbolt Ross, who's been here since the Incredible Hulk, and he will no doubt become Red Hulk at some point or another, maybe. You have Abomination still out there, you know. Lots of potential there. As far as US Agent goes, I really like the what I call the Cobra Kai effect, where it has sort of a grey take on who you think is the villain or hero. And it just feels like John Walker, you know, in the comics he's US Agent, but there's times where he's either full on evil, or there's times where he's not so evil, if you know what I mean. He's kind of bouncing back and forth between the light. And it appears to me that he looks up to Bucky and Sam. He looks up to those two characters, but he makes it quite clear, don't get in my way. And, you know, I can totally just see them going at him, you know, getting that shield and running away with it. And then that ties into his story of maybe becoming a little bit more darker and a little bit more evil. And then, you know, Thunderbolts are waiting, just saying, calling it already. But I really like what they're doing with his character. I think it really serves the story. And this show is just gonna, it's 100% gonna be one of my favorite MCU projects. And like, I put the shows on the same level as the movies, because it's the same thing, it's just condensed down to TV and split across a few episodes. Ultimately, this is one of my favorite things. Like, Winter Soldier is one of my favorite MCU movies because it's a intense spy thriller. Now, I'm not too sure if they got Henry Jackman back for the score, but a lot of the score in this show is exactly like Winter Soldier. So if they did get him back, I'll have to look it up. But there are little notes, like you hear Winter Soldier's theme in there. You hear Captain America's theme being played. Just like little notes, so you can remember going, oh my god, Cap, yeah. You know, Steve, Falcon, back in the day, on your left. You know, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And I love that this show is giving Sebastian and Anthony a chance and a platform to really showcase their acting abilities. And I gotta say, these two, 100% they're in the next Avengers team. 100%. Captain America and the White Wolf. Let's go, baby. I called it. I'm saying it right now. It's 100% gonna end that way. And I cannot wait to see where this show goes next. It's going from strength to strength to strength. And this to me is how you do a show. You don't stretch it over 22 episodes and add loads of unnecessary stuff in there. You get to the point, you tell the story you need to tell. And I have no doubt in my mind that these two characters are really set up for big things. And what's weird about it is give it a couple of years and Bucky and Bucky and Sam will have been in the MCU longer than Steve Rogers has, if you know what I mean, in terms of the amount of movies and stuff. But, you know, they've only had bit part roles in some of the other movies, and now they're really coming into their own, they're really establishing themselves. And then no doubt, a few years from now, when they finally reach their big point, they'll pass on the mantle to the next in line. And I think the Falcon's wingman, the guy who was helping him in episode 1, I'm not sure of his name, but I think he's a Falcon in the comics. So I really feel like these shows are to set up brand new characters as well. Not just expand on the ones we know and love, but also set up the new ones. And I just cannot wait to see where this show goes. It goes from strength to strength to strength. And it feels so real. You know, as soon as Bucky and Sam walk out, police are out there stopping him. Is this man hassling you? And then Bucky's like, no. Do you know who this is? It's just like, it's that kind of stuff which makes it a bit more grounded in reality. And I think it allows you to root for Bucky and Sam that much more, to whoop ass and honour Cap, you know, to honour Steve. And no doubt the character of Isaiah will be back in, you know, some way, shape or form. 100% we're going to see Rhodey down the line again, you know, probably helping them out in his Iron Patriot / War Machine costume. But I really feel like these guys, and it's crazy, War Machine's been there since the beginning as well. It's nuts. These guys are going to continue to go from strength to strength, and I just cannot wait. A lot of the dialogue, it doesn't feel scripted. Like, it feels like it's actually what these actors would say, if you know what I mean. These people, not the characters. It feels like what they would actually say in the moment. And the therapy session where, you know, they're doing the staring contest and the soul gazing. And then it's played for jokes, it's played for laughs, it's really funny. And then it goes into, like, the serious bit. Like, it's perfect. The show blends comedy and tragedy, all that kind of stuff. It blends it all in one perfectly. And I really feel like this show is just going to continue to exceed expectations, and I cannot wait to see where the rest of it goes. What did you guys think about this episode? What have been your favourite moments thus far from the show? Are you looking forward to seeing where it's going to go? I can't wait. There's so much about this show that I love. And I know we've got Loki coming. I know we've got Miss Marvel down the road. I know we've got She-Hulk, Moon Knight. What's the other one? Hawkeye. Everyone seems to forget Hawkeye. Damn, poor guy. We should get some Ronin scenes for that, so that should be pretty cool. But this was the show that I was looking forward to the most, because Sam and Bucky are two of my favourite characters, and I'm just happy that they're getting the expansion on story that they deserve, and that is due for both of them. Now, I am hoping that maybe Bucky has like a sort of suit where he has maybe like a suit with his arm free. So like he has the vibranium arm free and the rest is like maybe another kind of suit to really embrace the White Wolf. And then Falcon has his Captain America suit with the shield. And oh god, anytime White Wolf is mentioned, I just go crazy. Like I think I called it. I said it. I did say. It's nice when you're right. But, ladies and gentlemen, do me a favour, comment down below what you thought of this episode. I really enjoyed it. I think it's just going to be one of them shows where, you know, credit to Marvel. Credit to Marvel. For me, this is probably one of the realest ones they've actually done, because it feels real. It doesn't feel like a bunch of superheroes running around going, yeah, we're going to get the bad guys and save the day. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like real people. Real people. And that's why, for example, Spider-Man 2 is regarded as one of the best superhero films, if not like ever of all time, is because it's Peter struggling with his ability to not just pay his rent, to manage his future, to manage his studies, to be a hero, to manage his relationship with his best friend Harry, to manage his potential relationship with Mary Jane, you know, his relationship with his aunt, coming to terms and telling her the truth about what happened to Uncle Ben. Like, it's so much of that. It's just a winning formula, and when done well, and when you have characters that are serviceable, it just enhances the story. And these shows are really going to set the tone for what's to come. And I cannot wait for the next Avengers movie with Falcon, shield to hand, Captain America, Bucky right on his side, White Wolf, and then you have Scarlet Witch, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man. You know, it's dude, it's going to be great. Cannot wait for it. guys and girls, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you thought of this episode. Let me know where you think it's going to go. How would you rank this, you know, in your MCU listings? What are you excited to see? Are there any hopes for the rest of the series? And which series did you most anticipate, or are you most anticipating? For me, it's this one, and it's exceeding every expectation I had. I love it. Can't wait to get more. And yeah, cut the check.